Call it a mother's intuition, but she was convinced when her stunning daughter was found hanging in that hotel shower, this was no suicide. But what happens when no one will listen?
In this case, Elizabeth, the mother begins digging herself, conducting her own surveillance, studying the autopsy, even the horrible photos of her own daughter. And tonight, you're about to see what no one else has seen, because as we come on the air, she's still digging. And you'll soon understand why Florida's top investigators are suddenly investigating all over again. On a Friday night, the last thing this Florida mother ever thought she'd be doing would be patrolling this small, picturesque beach town an hour south of Tampa. But for nearly 5 years now, this is exactly how Kelly Osborn has been spending every ounce of her free time, searching for answers, determined to uncover what really happened at this charming beachfront hotel, up these stairs, around the corner, and behind this hotel door, where her beautiful 22-year-old daughter, Sheena, was last seen alive.
She was my only daughter, so she was everything to me, from the day she was born and still to today.
And life without her?
Life without her, the last 5 years, I'm not the same person as I used to be.
Look at that!
Oh my gosh.
These images are from the last time Kelly would spend with her daughter, celebrating Christmas in 2008.
He wouldn't let me look, so I snooped.
You can see the smile on her daughter's face as Sheena opens her gifts.
Good thing that I bought the full-size one in New York, huh?
Just days after this video was taken, that daughter gone forever. The video all this mother has left. How often have you gone back to look at that?
I just went through it as recent as last night. It's her voice.
Black knee-high boots, yellow tie.
It's the things that I don't have anymore.
Now, that mother, a former real estate agent, has been thrust into a role she never imagined. A one-woman crusader investigating her own daughter's mysterious death. What was Sheena like?
Sheena had a very vibrant personality. She was an amazing daughter. I could talk to her about anything.
About her love life, her hopes, her dreams for the future. And her babies, her 2 Yorkshire Terriers, Chloe and Encore.
You know how people keep babies' books? She had a baby book for her dog.
They were not forgotten on Christmas.
What you want, Chloe?
Those prized dogs would be the last ones with Sheena in that hotel room. They would be left behind, and so would Sheena's friends. Do you miss Sheena? Do you still think about her?
Oh, absolutely.
What do you miss?
Everything.
She was a good friend.
She was a very good friend, yes.
Sheena owned the room the minute she walked into it. People were drawn to her. I was drawn to her. She was absolutely vivacious.
Loud, obnoxious alarm clock of all time.
Vivacious, and among her group of friends, Sheena was the head turner.
There were always guys chasing her around, of course, which makes sense.
And the last guy to chase her would catch her, ultimately convincing her to marry him. Joe Genoese, a successful contractor, a builder, was trying to build a future with Sheena. They quickly fell in love, and she was his everything.
Sheena seemed to be happy and just kind of loving life.
I believed that Joe loved Sheena, and I know that she loved him.
But Sheena's mother was hardly sold.
I was told he was 35 when I first met him, and so the minute I laid eyes on him, I said, "You are not 35.
That was the first thing you said to him?
That was the first thing I said to him.
That's a protective mom, right from the get-go.
Yeah, it kind of floored me.
Joe was more than twice her daughter's age. He was 42 when they met. She was just 20. And that's not all that concerned her mother. Joe already had 3 children and was going through a nasty divorce. Not exactly this mother's idea of a perfect catch. And her daughter knew it.
Sheena looked at him and said, "My mother will have a full workup on you by morning." I did some public records search and, I found some tickets.
So she wasn't kidding?
No, she really wasn't kidding. She's my only child, and it was my job to take care of her and to look out for her.
But Joe thought he was looking out for her too, paying her rent, showering her with gifts. But while there was love, their May-December romance was also stormy from the start.
She wasn't the type of person to back down, and he clearly wasn't the type of person to back down, so they butt heads more often than not.
And Sheena's friends tell us the relationship seemed to feed on drama. Sheena's mother just hoping it would end on its own.
You thought it would end?
Yes. I was certain it was going to end.
Then, what this mother did not see coming, the ring that appeared on her daughter's finger.
When did you find out that they were engaged?
It was just something that just kind of showed up out there.
Their engagement wasn't a huge, exciting celebration for anyone, not her, not him. To me, it seemed more like a Band-Aid on years of problems.
It's just what I wanted.
And if there were problems, that Band-Aid was covering them well. Because on that Christmas morning, the last time Sheena's mother would see her alive, there were smiles and laughter. And another gift to go along with that engagement ring, a diamond bracelet. Even her mother, holding the camera, was impressed.
That is so gorgeous.
A bracelet revealing Joe's love for Sheena, and later perhaps revealing something else. And that wasn't the only gift, because just days later, another surprise, Joe giving Sheena a quick New Year's getaway. They were headed to Bradenton Beach, where they would stay in that hotel room where Sheena would last be seen alive. New Year's Eve, 8 p.m.
They had dinner at a restaurant across the street from their hotel. That was a restaurant where they planned on getting married.
Sheena's friends remember she was in high spirits that night, getting messages from her while she was sitting at the dinner table with Joe.
I received a text message from her saying Happy New Year, and then she let me know that her cousin was in labor. She was beyond excited. She was going to be an auntie.
At the stroke of midnight, the couple were back in their room.
They watched some fireworks off the balcony. And around midnight, of course, they had the New Year's Eve kiss.
But soon, the sound of those fireworks replaced by something else, the shouting coming from their room. The couple had gotten into an argument.
It got pretty heated. The people that were staying in the hotel room next door ended up calling 911.
1:47 a.m., not even 2 hours into the new year, and this.
Manson County 911.
There's two people over there just screaming and yelling, a woman and a man at each other.
The police arrive just as Joe, the future husband, is leaving. They pass him as they head up the stairs into that room to find Sheena and her dogs.
Sheena wouldn't go into too much detail about what the argument was about.
Soon the police would leave, but this case was far from over. The most shocking twist was about to come next.
I answer the phone and I go, Sheena, Sheena. And there's no answer. Now I'm screaming into the phone, and then all of a sudden I hear a man's voice in the background.